Welcome back to Momentum. We have a great episode for you today, but before that, I'm going to take a quick second to tell you about PrizePicks, the ultimate destination for daily fantasy sports. PrizePicks has made this football season the most thrilling one yet. Forget battling it out with the pros and sharks. With PrizePicks, you're just up against the numbers. I've personally had a blast playing PrizePicks, and it's so simple. In less than 60 seconds, I can make my picks and submit my entry, and it's truly a game changer. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and just like that, you're in the game. Speaking from my own experience, I've debated countless times with the boys how the Pac-12 isn't overrated. Now I can put my money where my mouth is and turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. It's incredibly exciting to test your skills on PrizePicks and see how far you can go. And if that's not enough, PrizePicks offers quick withdrawals and an enormous selection of players and stat types. So here's the deal. Go to prizepicks.com/momentum and use code momentum for a first deposit match up to $100. Yep, that's right. Up to $100 for just joining the action on PrizePicks. Enjoy the episode. What's campus looking like, bro? What is a big game against UW this weekend?
It's a big game against UW. Obviously, momentum's down a bit. But when you have an offense this explosive, in theory, you can win every game. So I feel like they think, they can win this game. They can go out and beat UW this weekend. And if they do, you're kind of back on track. Because you still get to play Oregon. You get to play UCLA. And I think there's another opponent on the list somewhere. There's a decent opponent. So, if you beat... What's Oregon right now? What's Washington? 5?
Are they 5?
Are they 5? They're either 5 or 6. But I think they're 5.
Yeah, they're 5.
They're 5. They're right behind Washington State. If you beat 5 Washington, and then you beat UCLA, you finish off the year pretty strong. You look like a pretty formidable team.
Yeah, you're near your 6 bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, your 6 bowl. Maybe you lost your way a bit in the middle of the year, and then you get it back.
Yeah, you get to go to the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, and
yeah,
go do that. That's a successful season. Here's my idea for USC football, and I'm no mathematician, but I do understand basic logic. Your defense isn't going to stop anybody, right? So every possession the other team has, just count that as 7 points. So what you should do offensively, because your offense is the best in the country, is go for 2 every time, because I believe the percentage is like 55% conversion rate, which is obviously better than 1 out of every 2. And if you score every time and they score every time and you convert at 55% on 2-point conversions, you win. But other than that, I don't think, you got to tackle guys. You know what I mean? You have to
You're an analytics guy.
It's like that high school that goes on, kicks it off on side every time because the analytics. I was going to
say, are you an analytics guy? You're going to go for it on 4th down every time too?
Well, think about it. You have the best quarterback in the country. You have probably the best offense or top 3 or 4 in the country. Wouldn't you want them out there? 2 yards with a mobile.
Well,
you can't
here's
get
the problem, though.
I'd rather them out there than the defense.
You're playing Washington, who is the number 1 offense in the country.
I got to be honest with you. I think
Penix is tearing it up. I mean, not against Arizona State, but against everyone else.
I think Oregon is a better football team than Washington. I think if that game was in Eugene, Oregon would have won by more than what they lost by in Seattle. I think they're a better football. I really do. I don't know how it works. Would they?
You think the playoff committee takes that into consideration?
No, I think they take the loss as a loss, but I think the Pac-12 championship matters, and I'm not a super well versed in it. Would they play each other, or are they in the same?
Well, no. So the Pac-12 changed. It's just wins now. But here's the thing: who goes to that championship game? It was looking like maybe Oregon State goes, but then they lost to Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's nice too, dude.
Bro, Arizona's nice now. They got the freshman in at QB, Orange County's own. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
I think whoever
and they should have beat SC too.
I think whoever wins the Pac-12, you got to put it in the college football playoff. That's just the way I look at it.
You think?
So
what if FSU goes undefeated? They win out. They're going right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Okay, FSU wins out. They go undefeated. Michigan or Ohio State, one of them wins the Big Ten. They're going. Yeah. Whoever wins out goes Big Ten.
Yeah.
Alabama goes to the SEC championship game. They beat Georgia. Now what?
Yeah, now you're screwed.
Now
What's
what?
the mark?
Now
What's the
who's
margin
going?
of victory?
Now who's
Yeah,
going? One score win for Alabama in the SEC championship game. Washington wins out. They win everything. Who's going? Who's going to the Who's going to the playoffs?
dude, I
One lost
can't.
Georgia, one lost Bama, undefeated FSU, UW, or undefeated. Who else would be undefeated? Or undefeated Michigan or Ohio State. Who's going?
Dude, we boycott college football if we see
We
Jalen.
boycott the playoffs.
Bro,
What?
it's just I just don't want to see that Alabama. Oh, we lost Cole.
That's fine. We'll continue.
I will continue. Dude, I don't want to see that Alabama offense. It's just hard to watch. It's not fun football.
I mean,
I
there
don't.
was a time early in the year where they was rotating through QBs, didn't know who they wanted to play.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
week 3.
And Cole and I were talking about it. We were like throwing Tyler Buckner, and then that was even worse.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, that was hard to watch.
Where did he come from? He transferred in, didn't he?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Yeah, he was Notre Dame.
You know Tyler? Because you guys are from. Do you know him, Cole?
No, I don't. I'm sure he's a nice kid. You know what I mean? I'm sure you got to say that, before you absolutely eviscerate someone for their play. He's a great kid, I'm sure. I know the guys who train him. Yeah.
Oh, the 3D guys.
It was a weird transfer. It was a weird transfer to me to go from Notre Dame.
I don't know, because every time you transfer into Alabama, you have an opportunity to win a national championship.
Right, but
I think they gave him a real shot to win the job. Like, you're not a grad transfer quarterback if you're not given every opportunity to win that job. And I think you take that bet if you're Tyler. Like, he thought he was good enough, obviously. I just think he didn't win the job. I think just Jalen was better in camp. And it shows in the like Jalen's been playing better in action as well.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, he's also playing better as the season goes on. Like, he's playing better now than he was week 1, for sure.
Yep.
Maybe I gave up on him too early. Yeah.
I'm saying if they win out from now, Alabama, the playoff committee is going to take that into consideration. Yo, that first loss of the season, that only loss, that was back in like week 2. That was months ago. We're going to be talking January. They say, oh, you lost a game in September, so you're not going?
Yeah, you're way better off losing those early games, dude.
Oh, 100%.
You lose the conference championship, like you were saying, if you're Georgia, you got undefeated, lose that conference championship. That recency bias is tough.
Recency is tough, especially if UW's undefeated, FSU's undefeated, Michigan probably, or Ohio State, but probably Michigan undefeated, and then Alabama lost the game in September and they just beat you. Are you still going to the playoffs? Having said that, are you a true college football like committee guy if you go and say the SEC just isn't a harder conference to play in than every single other conference? Like, put Missouri in the Big 12. Put Missouri in the ACC.
Oh, Missouri's a good team this year.
Missouri's a great team. Are they going to the playoffs?
No, but Missouri's the top 15 team in this country right now.
Okay, Missouri's not going to the playoffs, but you put Missouri in the ACC. Are they in the conversation?
Oh, yeah, they might.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They're 100% in the conversation.
I still think the PAC's better than the SEC this year.
You think the PAC overall is better than the SEC this year?
I do. I believe it. Top to bottom. I do.
Top to bottom, you think the PAC's better?
Yeah.
If you take the two teams,
go team by team.
If you take, I'm trying to think of teams that are roughly where they are in the PAC compared to where they are in the SEC. So, if you take UW and you play them against Washington, who wins that game?
UW and Washington. You said what?
Sorry. No, my bad. UW Georgia. Like that's the same team. Same team. UW Georgia. UW Georgia. Who wins that game?
I think Georgia wins.
Okay, Alabama, Oregon.
I think location matters on that.
All right, let's say neutral locations all around. Let's just say it's playoffs. Oregon, Alabama. Who wins that game?
I think Oregon wins.
I think Oregon wins too. Yeah.
If SC plays Ole Miss, who wins that game?
I think USC wins.
Ooh, I'm going Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss wins.
Okay, so far it's all 3 SEC teams are beating all 3 Pac-12
No,
teams.
that's not true. We said Oregon beats Bama, and I'm going UW over Georgia too.
What?
Yeah.
You think UW beats Georgia and Oregon?
I do. Bro, Georgia struggled against some teams that weren't good. Okay. And I know UW has as well, but when in doubt, the tiebreaker is quarterback play, and I'm not impressed with Carson Beck, and I like Penix.
Yeah, I like Penix a lot, and Bo Nix.
Yeah,
Bo Nix can still win the Heisman.
Bro, Oregon blew out Utah this weekend.
Yeah, blew them out after Utah just scraped by against SC.
Yeah. And then keep going down the list. You go Utah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to. Yeah. Utah versus Missouri. Utah versus Missouri. Who's winning that game?
I'll take Utah. Would you?
I think it's a toss.
I don't know if Utah beats Missouri. Missouri's a really good team. What are they like?
I think it's a toss. I mean, Utah
in the SEC. That's a tough call.
Utah's quarterback play has just been so atrocious.
Who else? Okay, Arizona. I'm guessing on momentum would be the next best team. Arizona. If Arizona plays Kentucky, who wins that game?
That's close.
Because Kentucky have been running the ball.
The problem with that is Kentucky has some big boys, and Arizona.
They've been moving the ball.
They're getting the fifth and sixth fiddle.
Huge. Yep. That's an SEC team. Ground and pound. I don't even know. You think Arizona's that much better than South Carolina?
Ooh.
No.
South Carolina's not that bad of a team, but their record, because they're in the SEC.
Some good games on you there. Yeah.
But you're telling me you think it's a no-brainer. PAC's better than the SEC this year. I don't know. It's hard to play in the SEC. It's really difficult to play there. I mean, you guys, you know it's difficult to play in the SEC.
I'm exaggerating the point to show that the Pac-12 is competitive. At worst, it's very close to even.
Okay, at worst, do you think the Pac-12 is more competitive this year than the Big Ten? You think the Pac-12 is the second best conference if it's not?
I just think the Big Ten very top heavy this year with Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State, and then after those three, I think there's a steep
big drop off.
It's not a deep conference this year.
Do you think that the PAC is a deep conference?
Yeah, I do, bro.
I do.
Bro, even go down the list to the Arizonas and the UCLAs of the world. Those are good teams.
Those are good teams, no doubt. But you just had USC, Utah, who you say, oh, these are two really good teams. They slug it out, and USC, Arizona slug it out. Both one-score games, right? One-point games, pretty much. Then USC plays Cal, also a one-point game. Oregon and Washington are not winning against Cal by 1 point, or Arizona by 1 point, or Utah by 1 point. Oregon just blew out Utah.
It's true. Yeah, no, I mean USC's not playing well. I mean, USC doesn't deserve to be a Pac-12 champion. In my opinion.
They don't have the momentum at this point in time, I would say. At the start of the season, I mean, 6-0 USC, it was looking like might be time to go to the playoffs again.
Are you going to the game?
I'll be there. I'll be at the Washington game.
Dude, I don't want to go. I should have.
I mean, it's going to be great for QB play. If you're a quarterback and you get to watch these two guys just go at it, two gunslingers.
Do you think that decides the Heisman Saturday night?
Here's the thing. I think that it's going to cannibalize itself. I think USC loses the games the way they've lost two, and then they've won two games around the two losses by 1 point against opponents that shouldn't be that close in Cal and Arizona, right? Against QBs who are not in the same conversation. If USC wins this weekend, the QBs in the Pac-12 just cannibalize each other. So Penix has a win over Nix. Williams has a win over Penix. At some point in time, Bo Nix may win or lose.
Now you're saying SC beat UW?
I'm saying if SC beat UW, does the Heisman conversation go completely away from both Williams and Penix, and someone else gets to step in?
No, I think it goes back to Caleb.
So if Caleb wins, he's back as the favorite?
I think so.
He's not even in the top
four
right now in terms of...
Because he's so much hype, bro.
Yeah, he does.
It just
absolutely.
It depends on what the Heisman committee wants. Because who is a better football player, Caleb Williams or Michael Penix? Not close.
Caleb Williams is a better
football player, for sure.
He can do more than Penix, but Penix is. But how do you take the Heisman away from Penix this year? He's done everything right. What more do you want him to do? He's throwing for multiple touchdowns every single game. He's won every single game.
He hasn't earned it to me.
What more do you want from the guy to win?
If he wins the Heisman, he will be the worst Heisman Trophy winner since Troy Smith, in my opinion.
So who deserves it? Who deserves the Heisman this year?
It just depends. If it's about the best season, I think Nix is up there too. I really do.
What if J.J. McCarthy wins out? Should he be in the
I guess
conversation?
that happening.
Yeah. You gotta look at his numbers. Yeah.
What if JJ McCarthy wins out? What if Blake Corum goes and wins out? He's scoring multiple touchdowns every game. Give it to a running back.
This is just a weak year for like a real Heisman.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Standout players.
Yeah,
But
I
we
just
had
haven't
the
seen
same thing last year too.
a knock on them. That could be that there's so much parity and there's so many good players that people aren't separating themselves. That could be part of it.
It was easier last year to give it to Caleb in that regard, though, because it was the whole SC's back.
The storyline.
SC's back. The storyline, it makes perfect sense. And bar 2 games, they go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
It does seem like to win it back to back, the committee's a little stricter on you. Like your
100%.
numbers need to be that much better. Because look at dudes coming back trying to win it that second year. Their numbers sometimes are even better, and they're going to win it.
Well, remember when Lamar Jackson won it, and then the next year his numbers were better. He threw better the next year, and they gave it to Baker Mayfield. Why? Because Baker Mayfield is winning every game at Oklahoma. He's going to the playoffs. He's playing in the Rose Bowl against Georgia. Everyone's watching. It's primetime TV. Oklahoma's back. What's going to happen? It's easy to do versus you're at Louisville. You've lost like 4 games.
I think if you're a voter, though, you're looking head to head. Now, I know winning's not necessarily a quarterback stat, but it's going to be hard to pick Penix to win the Heisman if you lose to Caleb and SC. Like, I really do think it's a 1v1. Like,
I completely understand that.
Trophy. That's what I believe.
I completely understand that. But at the same time, it's going to be hard to give Caleb the Heisman if you lost against Sam Hartman at QB. Has Sam Hartman got a better team around him at Notre Dame?
I know it's irrational.
Is it unequivocal that if you put Sam Hartman and you say to him, hey, man, would you rather have SC's team around you in terms of another 100 guys or Notre Dame's team around you in terms of 100 guys? He'd pick a Notre Dame every single time if he's being completely objective.
No, but I mean, Caleb played poorly.
But he won. He won the game.
That is the worst game of his career.
Yeah, but I know exactly what you're saying. But I'm saying if you're saying it's hard to give the guy the Heisman if he loses to him there on the day, hey, look, Hartman won on the day. So did our boy over at Utah. Bro grew up on a pig farm with like 1,000 pigs in the middle of Utah. He put the team on his shoulders, ran 15 yards down the field to put him in field goal range.
He's a dog, bro. He's actually a dog.
Put the team on his back. It's going to be hard to give someone the Heisman over that guy.
Well, that's our boy Ludwig, dude. He was scheming it up over there.
Andy Luck, he was scheming it up, man. That pro-style offense, Andy Luck. I remember that.
He was scheming it. Bro, is he really a pig farmer? Like, what's good with this dude?
Apparently, they were saying on the TV, like, he grew up on a farm with his mum, and they had, like, either hundreds or thousands of pigs, and he's a pig farmer, and he was a walk-on, which is, like, a completely different story to stuff at SC. You could never play quarterback at SC as a walk-on. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Not possible. So you got one guy who's the Heisman Trophy winner. He's got all this money, NIL, big name. Everyone's going to give him money to come in. The other guy grew up on a pig farm, decided to walk on at his local college in Utah. He's putting the team on his back. He's running down the field. He's beat up. Kicks the game-winning field goal. Beats SC in Los Angeles. And you don't think he deserves anything over the guy that's across from him? Who has, for sure, 99 guys on the team that are better than Utah's 99 guys. 1,000%.
Yeah.
You're telling me the guy across from him deserves it? It's tough. It's a tough call to make. But I'm saying, how do you give the Heisman to someone over him when he was there on the day? He put a team on his back, went down, won a game. And obviously winning is not a quarterback-specific stat, but there's 2 guys on either side of the field, both of the most important player on their team.
Barnes for Heisman, dude.
Barnes for Heisman. Well, he's not winning it after this weekend against Bo Nix, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
But there you go, like, does the Heisman committee look at that and say, hey, look, Bo Nix is the guy? I say it's probably not Dylan Gabriel anymore. That's done.
Who do you go number 1 team in the country? Because did you see the new rankings? It goes, I believe it goes Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and then UW 5th.
And then UW. Who's in 6th? Oregon? Oregon is 6th? I'd go Oregon 6th, Alabama 7th, and then 8th might be like Ole Miss, I guess.
No.
Okay, who they got in 8th? Let's hear it. Who they got in 8th?
You got Darty at 6.
No, I'm saying 8. I think 6 will be Oregon.
I think this Alabama
Yeah,
LSU.
6 is Oregon, 7
There you
Texas,
go.
8 Bama. Yep,
8
I
2.
think
Bama.
Bama's 8. Bama's 8. Who's 7?
Bama, Penn State, OU, and then Ole Miss is 11.
Wait, OU's still top 10?
Yeah, one loss OU.
That's very kind of the playoff committee to keep them in the top 10. Or the AP poll, I suppose.
I
Well,
think a
because
lot
Kansas?
yeah,
of Alabama LSU game. I really do. I think LSU is a good team. I think Alabama's really gotten it together. I don't think Florida State is a top 4 team in the country.
But if they win
personally.
out, how do you knock them out of playoff contention?
You can't.
They'll
You
say,
can't.
what more can we have done? Yeah, what more can we do?
You can't. That's the problem with the current structure, and we won't have to deal with it that much longer. But the 4-team playoff is just you're going to leave one of the major conferences out. There's Power 5, and there's 4 spots.
There's 4
You
spots.
know?
It's not going to be Power 5 for much longer, though.
that's
What do
true.
you think it's going to be?
It's Power 4, right? Pac-12's falling apart.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Pac-2.
Yeah, it'll still be around though. It just won't have the top teams.
Exactly. It's not going to be a true power conference.
Yeah, that's true.
SEC becomes a super conference. Who's the Big 12 got? Who wins the Big 12 every year? K-State?
UCF.
UCF? Yeah, UCF.
BYU, I don't know.
Yeah, who wins the Big 12 every year?
No,
you gonna
Utah's
have the
going to
Big
Big
10?
12. Utah's going to Big 12.
Okay, so Utah's going to be nice in the Big 12. So you got
Yeah.
the Big 12 will be about
How about Colorado?
Colorado. Who knows? Maybe they're coming back. They've
Dude,
had a rough
they're
few
gonna be
weeks.
nice
They've had
next
a
year,
rough
dude.
few.
If Shador stays, they're
I
going to be
think-
nice.
I think
Shador's nice. He's nice.
I think
He's nice,
Dion,
actually.
as a head coach, is an embarrassment. But as a
Whoa!
recruiter,
Whoa!
he's.
Whoa!
I think he's
Big
going
word.
to out-recruit. I think he's going to out-recruit pound for pound everyone in the country this upcoming year. I do believe that.
Why do you say he's an embarrassment, bro?
He's an embarrassment as a head football coach. I mean, you just see
Whoa!
decisions that he makes. Dude, you can't go into an overtime period and take the ball first. You can't do that. It cost them a football game by being stupid. That's
Okay.
just beyond.
You're saying technically. You don't mean all the personality stuff, filming
No,
himself, cussing guys out, all that stuff.
Sure, he's great with motivating when you're winning. You know, it's a different thing when you have a motivational leader like that and you're losing. It's tough. But just from like just putting your team in the best position to win football games. Obviously, there's more to it than just that. There's a good coaching staff, which he clearly has. I think Sean Lewis is his name.
Yeah.
Has been great. I think he's going to get a head coaching job soon.
Coach Lou.
Shadur's playing really well.
Yeah.
But you just can't do the things that Dion does, and I'm like, it just blows my mind. It just blows
Hey,
my mind.
how about this one, Cole? So you're Coach Prime. Your son is the starting quarterback. Offensive
Yep.
line has been playing poorly. Like we all know that. He's one of the most sacked guys in college football. Press conference, they ask you what needs to change, and you say, I need to get all new offensive linemen. You tell that to the media. You know that's going to get blown up out of proportion. That's on every TikTok, every Instagram. What does the offensive line think now going ahead? And your son's playing quarterback, so now he's about to get destroyed even worse. Like I
You
don't
just
like.
said
I know it's the truth, but like, is that a good move?
you just said it. Here's the thing, though, is this season is this season. I don't think anybody really expected much out of Colorado. He's going to recruit offensive linemen, so he's not going to actually have to deal with the repercussions of that statement.
Just the rest of the
Kids are,
season.
bro. He's going to recruit his.
But what kind of recruiting are you talking
But-
about? Are you talking going and picking guys off of the portal like you did this year, and he's
Oh,
just going to cycle
Oh.
30 new guys in? Or are you talking
Oh,
recruiting in terms
Everybody.
of going and getting that
Everybody's
freshman class?
talking to
They're
me.
only going to be getting a few
Yeah.
years' time.
high school kids portal. He is going to hit it hard. People want to be a part. Like kids want to play on national television, and for better
They
or
do.
worse, they have the glory and they want to have everything that comes with it. And Colorado has a pipeline because of Dion to all those things.
Yeah,
so,
but you forget these teams that are getting the best linemen in the country, teams in the South like Georgia, Kentucky, football just means more in the South. And
I
that's
agree.
why every single year, everyone at Bama and everyone at Georgia is so big on the O-line. It's easy to recruit those guys that grow up down there, corn-fed young men who grow up. We're talking 315 at 18 years old. We're talking 320. Football means more down there.
Football means more in the South, but what means more to the kids? The attention
Well,
and
here's
all
the
the
thing,
documentary access and all the social media stuff.
If
Having
we're
the
talking-
rappers at pregame.
if we're talking kids from Florida, kids from Cali, skill position players, and they're the best in the world. Guys from California, guys from Florida, I would say that's the best skill positions in the world. Yeah, the cameras and the flash and all of that might mean more, but if we're talking corn-fed, young farmer, big boys from Texas, from Alabama, from Mississippi, we're talking the South, Kentucky, Tennessee. I don't know, man. Football might just mean more to them back there at home. And
Colorado,
playing for Georgia, playing for Alabama, it might just mean more there.
Colorado has always recruited Texas really, really well, and the move to the Big 12 is going to help them even more recruit Texas. They will recruit. I mean, Texas actually doesn't have as many big boys as like the deep South.
No, the Deep South has it in a way that no one else has it. That's why those guys in the Deep South, SEC, the SEC runs the trenches. Everyone knows that, and it has done for the longest time. How many schools in the SEC have a middle linebacker who weighs 250? Like every single one.
Well, not anymore.
They all have a replacement. Not anymore. The game's changing, but like generally speaking, every single one. The Pac-12 doesn't have linebackers rolling up at 250. They might have a guy on the roster who weighs that much.
225, yeah.
Yeah, they're like 225. They might have a guy on the roster who does that, but I guarantee Alabama has 3 or 4 guys who are pushing 245, 250 at middle linebacker, just ready to step in right now. They run the trenches. The SEC's run the trenches for a very long time.
All Shane Lees.
They've run the trenches like that. Yeah, Shane Lee's everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah. Moving, running.
Everything. Big guys. Big guys. That's why it's hard to play in the SEC. It's physical. Is Colorado going to be able to recruit like that? I say this with the flashy stuff. Is Colorado going to be able to recruit and give all the players their flashy chains if they can't stop them from getting stolen at the UCLA game at the weekend? That's crazy. I've never heard about that in my life. Ever. Imagine you get back, you lost the game, you're like, sweet, let me just put my chain on. Oh, wait. It's gone. Oh, my gosh.
It's a bad deal, bro.
Horrible deal. There's no way there's not cameras, though, showing exactly who came in and went out. Like, there's no way.
That's true. Bro, for better or worse, the documentary is going to be crazy. When I hit up Corey and those dudes to go to that game, I think it was the SC Colorado game.
Uh-huh.
Bro, they're saying we barely even have room on the sidelines. They have two different full documentary crews following them around every game, every practice meetings. Like, they do a good job of freaking
the glitz and the glamour, show business. They're making a big
documenting everything. Yeah.
I said this earlier this week, and I do firmly believe this. There is a parallel universe out there where Colorado is winless this year. There is a parallel universe. If they play Nebraska now, I don't know if they win that game. If they play TCU now, I don't know if they win.
I mean, Nebraska's down bad.
If they played Colorado State 5 minutes later than they did when they played them, they might not win that game. And again, just management late by Dion, like they very easily could have.
You can look at it the other way. There's an alternate universe where they beat USC. They could have beaten USC.
Yeah,
I agree. There's an alternate universe where they have 5.
They could have beaten SC and Stanford, and they'd have what, 2 losses right now, and they'd be in the top 25. They'd be maybe ranked 18 or 19th right now, and we'd be having a totally different conversation. And that's an 8-point difference.
I think we live in a universe where I'm not sure if it matters at all. You're telling me, if you told me a year ago, hey, in 12 months' time, Colorado State's going to be primetime television. Everyone in the country is going to be watching it. It's going to be the most watched game in college football. I'd say forget it.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Forget it. Don't worry. That's not happening. If you're the athletic director at Colorado University, you're rubbing your hands together. You made so much money this year. You're chilling. And it looks like you're going to be continuing to make a lot of money next year. Forget about the record.
Yeah, if this whole thing is about money, which it is, then they're already winning.
They're already winning. Big win. Colorado are selling out games. SC doesn't even sell out games. We had the Heisman Trophy.
Was the last game not sold out? You were at the game. What did it look like?
No, absolutely not. No.
Really?
I mean, it's
not even close. No. But, like, it's tough in Los Angeles compared to anywhere else. There's so much going on in Los Angeles. Oh, I can't go to the SC game. That's cool. I'll go to the UCLA game. Oh, maybe I'll go watch the A's. Oh, maybe I'll go watch the Dodgers. Oh, maybe I'll just go watch the Lakers or the Clippers or the Chargers or the Rams. and I can't do all of that, cool. Well, maybe I'll go see Leonardo DiCaprio down on Hollywood Boulevard versus in Boulder, Colorado on Saturday night. What else is happening?
It's a college town, yeah.
There's nothing else going on.
The Coliseum is a bigger stadium, though. I think it's 35,000 more seats than Boulder. I mean don't quote, but it's a lot of.
Coliseum, I think, is like 60 something or 70,000. But hey, look, Alabama's selling out 100,000 people in that stadium. Nebraska's selling out games.
Well, dude, volleyball games.
Nebraska's selling out volleyball games. You're telling me SC, who at one point last year were looking like they were the favorite for the number 4 spot in the playoffs, barring 2 losses, one of them which came out of the blue. No one expected them to lose for sure that game in Vegas. You're telling me that USC can't sell out a stadium, but Nebraska can sell out a volleyball game? Obviously, we know. Or was it Nebraska that sold out a volleyball game, or Wisconsin that sold out the volleyball game?
Yeah, Nebraska.
Nebraska did. You're telling me Nebraska can sell out a women's volleyball game and USC can't sell out a football game?
Yeah, because Nebraska has going on.
This is
true.
I mean, their mascot is the cornholers.
Bro, it's the same thing down here in Miami. Like any city where there's not that much, where there's a lot of things going on, and it's nice weather, and you're in a coastal city on the beach. There's a million different things you could do. Like I was looking at the Phillies game, like how rowdy it was, and I was like, yeah no shit. There's not like you're in.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Did you see they were giving away the tickets for like $10, the owner, so that he could make it rowdier?
Just to get everything going crazy. I mean, look, it's the World Series. Anything that helps, right?
Yeah, dude, that place is nuts, bro. And I mean, it's like, bro, think about it. Like, you live in Philadelphia. It's cloudy, 65, 70% of the time.
It's cold, it's cold. It's raining. You're right. It's the World Series. I'm going to the game. You're right.
Going crazy.
Actually, I say this. It's you live in a cloudy town a city like that. It's cold all the time. You see some World Series tickets for $10?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going. Yeah, you'll just pick up and go. Versus USC for like $150. You go to the game.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe you're not going to the game. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that aspect of it.
I think we lost Cole.
We did lost Cole. That's good. Oh, we did lose.
I'm not here.
Let's go over our prize
Am I here?
pick.
You guys hear me?
Prize picks.
All right, I got some good ones for you.
Wait. Are we waiting for Cole or are we going?
All right, here we go. Hey, I got some really fire picks here. Prize picks. Number one daily fantasy sports app. So I got some parlay action that I think is money. So we saw what the boy Will did with Tennessee last week. He just threw it up to D-Hop. Great game plan. I think we all would have done the same thing. D-Hop is one of the best receivers of all time.
Yep, put it out there for him.
Put it out there. One-on-one. Falcons game plan. Let's stop Derrick Henry. Let's force Will to throw. Will's first start. Makes sense. I would expect the Steelers to do something similar to kind of test out what Will's doing. 50.5, like, I don't understand how that's even possible. I'm taking over on 50.5 yards. Now, Austin Eckler over 37.5 receiving yards.
1,000%. 1,000%. That's a lock. If you watch this last game this weekend, he had 91. He had 91 receiving yards just coming out into the second half. This guy's going to go for. Now they're using him again. The guy's a Swiss Army knife. He's going over 30 yards. He'll probably do it in the first quarter. And the way that he plays, he might do it on one catch. That's a lot.
I mean, yeah, that's not out of the question.
That's a lot.
And staying with the Tennessee theme, Derrick Henry over 75 rushing yards. Because I know you're a little iffy on that, but I think that they're going to rely on the running game still. It's Will's second start. I think Derrick's a lock for 18 plus rushes, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Around 20?
They'll give him 20 times. Give him the ball 20 times.
Touches. Yeah, over 20 touches one way or another.
Give him the ball 20 times. They win games when they give Derrick Henry the ball.
I'm betting on King Henry over 75 rushing yards, Austin Eckler over 37.5 receiving yards, and D-Hop over 50.5. And I don't even know.
D-Hop
what
over 15 and a half receiving yards is absolutely wild. I don't know who came up with
biggest,
that
yeah, that's
line.
the biggest thing.
I don't know who came up with that line, but that's insane. He might do that in the first quarter. In the first drive, he could do that.
Oh, dude, and I need to find
who,
I need to find the college football lines, but whatever Penix's line is, I'm taking that a million times out of it.
You're taking the over?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it might be the case. I think what happens for SC if they find themselves in a bad spot, when it rains, it pours in times for them. So, like, Cal, I mean, we got lucky against Cal. They fumbled the ball 3 times. And we won by a point. But when it gets it goes from bad to worse very quickly, like Notre Dame. Something goes bad, all of a sudden we've got like 5 turnovers against
this snowballs.
And turn everyone down. When it rains, it pours. So if Penix starts dealing it, he starts going crazy, it might go from bad to really bad very, very quickly. And Penix over might look really good.
Yeah.
Can you guys?
However.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, I got my little parlay action here. This is about as close to a lock as it can get. Derek Carr over 244.5 yards against Chicago. Chicago's an embarrassment of a football team. They have nothing to play for. I don't think Fields plays because A, he's not healthy. B, I think they're trying to ship him out of there so they don't want to damage him. And C,
I agree. I think they draft the quarterback.
They're gonna rush the ball less just by nature of a mobile quarterback, of his nature not being around. And there's going to be more possessions. And I think the Saints are kind of starting to realize, hey, the NFC South is, our division to lose, really. The next one, Pat Mahomes under 295.5 yards against Miami.
Kansas I don't know.
Figured out. Jalen just
had
an interception. I think they Howard next week. I think they really try to go for the 1 seed, Miami, because they go, hey, we've got the team. I think with those 2 guys, they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And 100%. I think I don't know if they win the game, but I think Pat Mahomes is under 295.5. And here's my
I don't know if that's the case.
Here's my third. DeAndre Hopkins under 50.5 yards versus Pittsburgh. DeAndre.
What?
That's insane. That's insane.
What?
There's no way. That's a lot. Those last 2 picks are crazy.
He had 4 receptions for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 4 receptions last week. If he averaged 12
one of them was, to be fair, one of them was OPI, and that went for like 70 yards. I'll give you that. If you take that one away, it was OPI. If you take that one throw away, he's got like 3 catches for 40 yards or 30 yards. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. Pittsburgh is a real defense. Their pass rush, real pass rush. They're not the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Okay? They're going to bring DeAndre, and they're going to say, look.
Let me ask you a couple things. Let me ask you a couple things about this, though. You've got Will Levis. He's stepping in. He's going to start this weekend. You're a new QB in the league. Who are you throwing to? Who are you going to? You're throwing to a veteran guy. You've got DeAndre Hopkins.
And they're taking shots, too,
probably
bro.
A Hall of Famer. He's probably going to be a Hall of Famer wide receiver. For sure. You're throwing the ball to your veteran Hall of Famer receiver, and you don't think he's going to get 15 yards? You don't think he's going to pick up 15 yards?
Here's the deal. If they can stop Derrick Henry on the ground, and they can go too high, it's very easy. DeAndre is the under. If Derrick Henry can actually get ahead of steam, which I don't see is going to happen, because
why don't you see that happening?
I think that front seven's really good. I think they're a top 3 front 7 in the league.
Yeah.
If they can stay in too high and not have to bring that safety down into the box, I think Pittsburgh wins, and I think DeAndre is the under for 50.5, personally.
I think that one's crazy. Let me ask you this about the Dolphins. All right. The Dolphins might be one of the most explosive offenses in all of football, period.
Yeah,
right?
Dude, it's going to be a shootout.
I think it's going to be a shootout. Think about how much time in possession Patrick Mahomes is going to have, because every ball that Tua Tagovailoa throws either goes to Jalen Waddle or Raheem Mostert or Tyreek Hill, all 3 of which can run at 22 miles per hour. And they go into the end zone nearly every single time. It's just going to be the ball going back and forth. It's not like Iowa are playing, and we're just watching punt after punt. And
dude, this is going to be that Texas A&M OU game when it was Mahomes and Baker,
Exactly.
This is going to be like vintage Big 12
Yeah.
air raid offense,
Yeah.
dude.
Who has the ball
I
last?
don't. I don't think so. Which of Kansas City's games this year have been shootouts? I can't even.
None,
I
but
mean, look,
which offense have they played with that's as explosive as Miami's?
Yeah, but they're playing against Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard. Like that's a different. They don't
okay,
have.
Jalen Ramsey's coming back from injury for one. We don't know what he's going to do. Xavier Howard
I
is
mean,
a true lockdown corner, but you forget
he looked good last
Patrick
weekend.
Mahomes. He dumps the ball off to Jerick McKinnon.
Right.
Jerick McKinnon scatters around for 100 yards.
What do we know? We know Miami's going to score points. So
100%.
I think anytime Mahomes' back is against the wall, like just attempts are going to be through the roof. So what's the minimum attempts Mahomes is going to have? What, 40 attempts?
40. He's throwing the ball 40 times. Are they running the ball? Are they giving Isaiah Pacheco the
maybe
ball 25
high
times?
40s?
No. They're not going to give
But
Isaiah Pacheco the ball 25 times.
I don't think
Or Clyde
necessarily per time. Kansas City's defense is a real defense. That's a good NFL defense this year. This isn't the Kansas City of old where they have to score a ton of points to win games. Their defense is legit. And against Philadelphia, who also has I would argue not even as good of a defense as Kansas City at times. They didn't score a bunch against Philly, Miami. The only teams have been bad teams.
That's true.
This is true.
Miami plays well at home, so I don't like. They're in Germany. They play at 9 a.m. Eastern, so I don't know how that's going to affect it in terms of timing and like how the fans in Germany. I mean, shoot, you played in Germany, okay?
Yeah, I played in Germany just a few weeks ago. That's a good point. I tell you what, it's going to be
how are the German fans?
loud. It's going to be loud. I'll tell you that. German fans didn't even care. They just love football. They love the game of football. I played in Berlin and Cologne, and we had kids like coming up for autographs afterwards with their own teams like game books with all the players' faces in, and they were just drawing. They were just drawing like dreadlocks on the players and being like, "Can you sign here, please?" They just they just love football. I had 3 or 4 different kids in Germany come up to me with the player book, and they'd drawn dreads onto their own players as me, and was like, "Can you sign? Can you give me your autograph as a player?" Well, yeah, it's easy to spot. You're playing in Germany. There's not a lot of dreadhead running backs running around in Germany playing the game of football. So when you come over and play against them, like the fans, they love it. They just love the game. They don't care who wins. They're not like, "Oh, I'm invested in." They just love the game of football. It's going to be loud.
Dude,
I tell you that.
Hilarious.
Oh, bro, and they're right up next to you. I had a game I played in the summer in NFL Europe in Berlin, and my helmet got ripped off on one of the plays. And I don't really remember thinking about it at the time until I watched it back on the TV, because they stream everything on the live national television there in Germany. But the German fans are right up on you, and they're just screaming at you in your face. It's like a soccer game. It's like a soccer game. They're going crazy. So it's going to be loud. When they go and play in, is it Frankfurt they're playing in?
I don't know. I'll check that.
I think it's Frankfurt. When they play in Frankfurt, if it is Frankfurt, but when they play in Germany, it's going to be very, very loud. So whether that affects them, I don't know, because Arrowhead is very famously one of the loudest stadiums in all of football overall. Whether that affects the game, I'm not sure. Miami's not going to be able to rely on 115 degrees Fahrenheit and 100% humidity like they did against the Denver Broncos when they put 70 up. So I don't know if it's going to be as easy as that to score that many points, but Miami's an explosive offense. They built a track team. And every single time Tua Tagovailoa gets the ball to one of his receivers, or even his running back that can run at 23 miles an hour, the ball's going somewhere. And that's why I think Mahomes is going to have to do the same thing if he wants to win. It's not like Iowa's playing. You're not going to be able to win this game with field goals. And that's why I think Mahomes is going to go over. I take the over in yardage.
Yeah, Cole, what the hell, dude?
I understand where you're coming from.
Weren't you saying? No, go ahead.
Time will tell, man.
Hey, Will, we're going to find out.
Weren't you saying, OJ, they got more fans in, was it the Berlin games than they do in the CFL? Something like that?
So, yeah, there's a couple teams this year that play, like Rhein, Hamburg. They have more fans at their games than CFL teams have fans at their games. Like CFL teams, sometimes the games have like 12,000 or 15,000 people at the games, like in Calgary and stuff. When Ryan played Hamburg earlier in the year, there was like 33,000 or 34,000.
Dude, I think they're gonna be nice in the 2028 Olympics, dude.
Who, Germany?
Yeah, bro. I think it goes. I think they finish top 5.
No shot.
I've got here,
The UK
dude.
is second. The UK is
No,
second.
what?
Yes,
Dude.
yes.
Hold on.
The United
It
Kingdom
goes.
is second.
It goes U.S. right? U.S.
Yeah.
Canada,
No.
Samoa, because you got Tua,
Okay. And you have a lot of Polynesian players. I understand that.
and then
Tonga. Someone's going to be
I'm-
throwing up the teeth, man. Talanoa's going to be out there
Wait, hold on.
throwing up
NF
the teeth.
NFL players are going to play flag football in the Olympics?
100%.
Yeah,
That's
flag
the
football.
point. That's the point.
I mean, are they though, or are we just going to have actual flag football?
No. They're going to play.
No,
NFL players
dude,
are going to play flag football.
the NFL has already said that they want their players to play in it, and then guys like Tyreek are already in.
Dude.
Even Gronk's retired, but he was like, "Dude, I'll do it also." So like,
We're
we're gonna get Mahomes.
We are going to flex our American superiority over the
No,
rest of the.
Wait, you think? Wait. For starters,
Dude,
for
the
flag football,
memes are so funny, bro.
Wait, you think for flag football, Mahomes is going to be your guy in the US?
Quarterback, either Joe or Pat.
I see. I'm in a different way. I'm thinking of where flag football is played the best in the US, and I see guys just going crazy. I'm going to go in another direction. I think your QB is going to be Lamar Jackson.
Can you run? What are the rules?
You can run. Absolutely, you can run. If we're talking the best 7-on-7, of course you can run. We're talking the best 7-on-7 in the United States. We're taking the fastest guys on the field. We're talking Florida.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We're talking South. We're talking South. The QB can run in flag football.
Okay.
We're talking South Florida.
If that's the case, then yeah, we're going Lamar.
Lamar.
Sure.
We're talking Lamar Jackson rolling out, running 4.3. He's young. He's young too.
I want Lamar, Tyreek, Jamar, and JJ.
Bro, can you imagine? You don't pick AJ Brown to be in that spot? You don't think he gets there?
I'm gonna prioritize speed over size.
Right, if we're prioritizing speed over size, we're talking again true 7-on-7. You're gonna see your Florida boys, your South Florida guys. We're talking Tutu Atwell. We're talking your guys that weigh like 150, running a 4.2, 4.3.
I also don't think it matters when you're going against a mailman from Lithuania.
Hey, look, you're gonna see. You still want to put the best product on the field, and if we're talking, the game is not physical.
Your boys from the Czech Republic, dude.
I mean, it's funny because I played with a bunch of guys who will literally be on the Czech Republic's national team.
I know.
And I'll make sure I'm on that British national team when the time comes. I'm flying over for sure.
OJ, you could put the LA Valley Duck youth 8th grade football team out there, and these dumb white idiots from Europe would have no.
You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. The NFL Academy's best offensive tackle just committed to Oklahoma.
Bro,
in the UK.
There's no way you're gonna.
Their tight ends, their defensive ends going to Tennessee.
There's no way you're gonna off eating baguettes and smoking cigarettes.
No, I don't want to hear it.
From South Central Los Angeles.
Nah, you watch. The youth game in the United Kingdom is the best youth game in all of Europe, comfortably. The UK GB for flag football is going crazy. I promise you right now. All we need is a quarterback. Baguettes is France. Look, England's crumpets. We're going to be eating crumpets. We're going to be doing the Queen's Regal Wave. It's going to be going crazy. You watch. GB flag football. GB is going to be going crazy.
Bro, we could put Meghan Markle out there, and she would just absolutely demolish.
Meghan Markle's Canadian, isn't she? Is she American?
I don't know. I think she. I don't know. I hope she tears her ACL, quite frankly. But she would. She's got some talent. I mean, you can't just pound a couple of espressos and go out there and think you're going to run stride for stride.
You're going to see. The best tight end in the transfer portal last year, the number 1 ranked end in the transfer portal last year, committed to Colorado, is British. He's English. Played the NFL Academy. Went and played at Arkansas State. Led tight ends in receiving yards. Went to Colorado. Bro. You're going to see. Look, you keep laughing.
OJ,
you're going to find out.
These Europeans, like these Jesse goddamn Owens, they're going to be like Hitler up there, just pissed. They're like,
you're going to see.
Dude, if Alman plays for Germany, like you got some guys though that have heritage from other countries in Europe.
All
They're
the
like,
time.
you can low key like get some squads. Like the big thing was gonna be quarterback play.
Quarterback
Like
play for
playing-
England.
like,
For England
who's
is
a
going to be the big
German
one.
quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Yeah. For England, it's
Yo.
going to be the big one. It's
Yo,
going to be stupid.
If Amon pulls some Benedict Arnold ass crap like that and plays for Germany, we can't be cool anymore.
Yeah, you
oh,
can.
I guarantee he's playing for Germany for sure.
Think about all of the players.
Because
Think about all of
I
the
was
players
German
in the
heritage,
NFL.
and like,
100% he will. Think about all the players in the NFL who have Nigerian heritage.
yeah,
They're
bro.
from like Cameroon or something. It's over with. African teams are going to go crazy. African teams are going to go crazy.
Bro,
And then
throw out,
you
like,
had already
I
said
guess
the Polynesian countries are going to do very, very well.
dude, throw out Francis Ngannou at tight end, dude, for Team Cameroon. Who's sticking Francis, dude?
Oh wait. We got to talk Francis for a second. If you guys watch the fight of the weekend, I want to hear what everyone thinks about this because I'm from Britain. Obviously, so is Tyson Fury, but I don't know if he won that fight.
Dude, no shot he won. Like,
I don't know if he won that fight.
I haven't heard anyone say that Tyson won the fight.
I don't know. If
Besides that one judge who was paid off by some British boxing commission.
I don't know if Tyson won that
Like,
fight.
I mean, that is where the conspiracies come in, right? Because he's fighting usage. Like, you want as much hype as possible for that fight, which is.
You want him to continue to hold the belt so that he can unify the heavyweight division when he fights.
He would still have the belt because that wasn't a. I don't think it was a real boxing. Wasn't it more exhibition?
I think it was an exhibition, but the point is he's the perennial champion at heavyweight because he hasn't lost a fight at heavyweight since winning the belt. So he's a true unification of the heavyweight division if he goes and beats Usyk.
Yeah.
Which
Tyson
of course, he has something to fight for, man.
Actually, that's not true. There's Andy Ruiz is fat, but Tyson Fury.
Say it one more time, Cole. Say that one more time.
I said Tyson Fury had to put extra heavyweight so he could just put it on with his fat ass.
Tyson Fury he's a big guy. He's a big guy, but that's boxing at the heavyweight division. He's like 6'9". How do you fight someone that tall?
He's a cheater. He's a nothing British cheater, and that's fine.
He did elbow Francis, bro. What's good with the elbow?
He did elbow him, and I don't know if he had points deducted for that. So I don't know how that affects the scoring. But Francis, I mean, he knocked down Tyson Fury, and he didn't have any knockdowns himself. So I don't know how you lose the fight.
How baller is the line where he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you, or I'm gonna be your professor," or like, "I'm taking you to school," and then he goes, "You're a bad professor." After he knocks him out and he looks over him. Did you hear about that one?
I did not see it, but it's hard.
Yeah, but before they fight, he's talking trash. Tyson goes, "I'm going to take you to school today." And then he stands over him and says, "You're a shitty professor," after he knocks him out.
I say this. The whole fight was in theory, and Dana White was talking about it, who's the baddest man on the earth overall? If we just had everybody get in a scrap, who's the baddest man on the earth? And I don't know if I can walk away from that fight and say Francis is 2. He might be 1. That's a bad man, dog. That's a big guy.
I mean, like, street fight, yeah, it's not even close, dude. It's John Jones and Francis.
I mean, I take Francis over John Jones. Francis has got like 40 pounds on John Jones.
That's true.
You know what? I want to see John Jones against Chandler Jones.
But here's the thing. Chandler Jones obviously can't fight right now. Chandler Jones can't fight right now because he's going through some stuff. But back in the day, John Jones would say, "Yo, Chandler Jones will kick my ass. He's way stronger and way bigger."
He used to say that?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Chandler Jones says the same thing. He's like, "I'm way bigger." And he is.
Bro, did you see the Carlton sent me this video on Instagram? Did he send it to you also, Cole, the one of Chandler Jones?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard one about him talking about, I think it's Mike McDaniels, and he's saying...
no, bro. OJ, he goes, I don't know if he's trolling or not, but he goes, it's like a selfie video. He's in his front yard, and the car is there, because I think he's on house arrest. And his dog is in, not like his boy dog, like a dog, canine, is in his car. And he goes, "Oh, man, like, free Larry Fitzgerald, man. They really stuck Larry inside my dog." And he's like, he's dead serious about it.
He's serious?
Yes, bro.
I hope he's good. I hope he does what he needs to get better, I suppose. That's tough. That's tough. I don't know if it's because of the hits to the head in the NFL. I mean, he's been playing in the NFL for a long time. He's a great defensive end.
Yeah.
That's tough. The crazy one for me was when he was saying, like, he was calling out the Raiders GM, saying he was involved in Aaron Hernandez's whole deal.
That was
He took him
wild.
off the. You didn't see that, Mo?
I saw that. Yeah, that was wild.
I didn't know Aaron
Bro, he
Hernandez
said
was
he came out and was like, Aaron Hernandez didn't kill himself, like he was killed, and this is who's behind it all. It was like an Epstein conspiracy, but he was legit. He was like being serious, and I was like, oh no, I don't know.
The funniest part is like the comments start going with it, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Damn, man, like I actually haven't seen Larry in a minute. Like maybe he's telling the truth." He's like, "Hey, Larry's been awful quiet."
Larry's got to reply. Oh, it's true. That's
It just turns out he's been right about everything.
it's so bad. That's so bad. I hope he feels better though. I hope it switches up. I hope it switches up and he feels better. That's tough.
All right, boys.
Always a pleasure.
The signal is tough, huh?
Oh, it's fine. It's pretty good. It's good.
You
I
hear
can
me?
see you very well. It's been perfectly good for me.
All right, boys.
Okay, maybe Cole's the big dude.
Yeah, Cole's just freaking. All right.
Boys, it's been a pleasure.
All right.
Anytime.